So after a pretty decent sleep, woke up in the community centre, started packing all my stuff again, got some breakfast, some coffee, just reloaded, rehydrated, got set, and then headed off just before dark or sunrise. So again, from there straight out onto the river. The trail wasn't too bad. It sort of deteriorated a little bit. There was a little bit of snowdrift from some of the wind that had been picking up over sort of the last 24 hours. When I got out there, the trail still had that stickiness to it. It was still cold out there, and there was still a little bit of wind around. So the wind actually picked up during the day periods where sort of other rivers had crossed in, or areas where it was kind of exposed from the right hand side of the river. So there was a fair bit of wind around at times, and it was blowing some snow over the trail. So I'd have periods where I was doing sort of 4.5 to 5 kilometres an hour, and then periods where it dropped down to sort of 2.5 to 3. So it was a little bit frustrating when the going was slow, because I was really keen to make the 35 miles or 56 kilometres to Kaltag in really good time. And each time you slow down, you start to think, oh, I'm not going to get there till after dark, and then that's not going to set me up for a good sleep, which is not going to set me up for a good day tomorrow. And there's this constant pressure in the back of your mind to get there as quick as you can, get a good sleep, and then go again tomorrow, because you know you've consistently got to push every day, or you've got to push reasonably hard every day to be able to do this as comfortably as you can, or to get there within reasonable time. So I knew I had a few days to spare, so it wasn't a huge issue, but it's just that consistent pressure to keep moving forward as best you can or as fast as you can, and then just trying to resist pushing too hard. So just trying to find that balance. And then obviously when you're going slow, you get a little bit frustrated because you're losing that balance. So kept moving along the river. Pretty normal sort of day, so I kept hydrated, kept food. I felt pretty good because I'd had a decent sleep, and overall I was making fairly reasonable time, so I wasn't overly concerned. And it was another one of those things where, as I approached Kaltag, there's kind of a little island in the middle of the river. So on the map I had, the trail went round to the left of it and then came back around hard right into Kaltag. So as I'm sort of getting within that 5 mile mark, you're just kind of hoping for good trail. You're hoping to go faster because you just want the day to end, really. You're just tired, you're hungry, you're sore, you just want to rest. So as I sort of got around there, the trail cut into the island, and then when you don't know where the trail goes, it kind of creates a little bit of mental anguish, because you're like, I don't know how much further I've got to go. I don't know where this goes from here. And just that uncertainty of how much longer you're going to be on the trail starts to get to you. So sort of cut through there, going through this little island, went pretty easy trail, a little bit softer, so it took a little bit longer to walk on there. But I knew I was still within about 2 to 3 miles. And then you kind of come around a corner, and then you just see the bank on the far side about 2 miles away, and you just make out the little villages on there, or the little buildings on there, and that kind of gives you this massive relief. So it kind of dropped back down onto the river, and then again you're just walking across this open expanse towards the township for about another hour and a half, and then you kind of get there. But because of the time of day, the sun was coming down, and it was coming down on the back of the town or the village, and it just made for a nice sort of sunset. So that kind of kept me occupied as I went through, and then came up into the village, and we knew we were staying at the school. The school was a big red building, so that was really easy to find. So I got there, unpacked all my stuff that I needed, took it up there, ready to rejig in preparation for another day. So again, it was boiling water there, had access to the internet, so I was able to check on a few things, make some messages, cooked some water, so I had some freeze-dried meals there, a couple of hot drinks, heap of water, just refreshed everything, dried everything out, and got ready again. So going from here, from Yukon was another 70 miles, so I knew I needed to be ready to go there. There was 2 shelter cabins there, so I was just working out how we were going to work, or how I was going to work hitting these 2 shelter cabins. So sort of sorted some stuff out, had a shower, got everything ready, and then hopped into bed for another pretty good sleep in preparation for another big couple of days. So overall, that was the 4th day on the river, where I covered, I think, 134 miles, or around about 220 kilometres, or whatever it works out to be. So another big chunk gone. Now I was really looking forward to getting to Yukon, because there's a pizza shop there, and I was looking forward to getting some pizza into me.